came as a really big surprise to me that I opted for the Canon 50 1.8 over the 1.4 for making videos. Canon's Nifty 50 has been a really popular choice for mostly photographers over the years, and I personally already owned one when I got my Viltrox Speedbooster. But while I was looking into it, I found the Canon 50 1.4. I figured that the 1.4 would be a little better because of the larger aperture, better low light, maybe a little better bokeh, and the relatively larger focus ring as well. Ultimately, I wanted something that would pull focus a lot better than the 50 1.8. But before I go into my reasons why I picked the 50 1.8, the lens I was looking for making videos was a lens that was going to be fast and had a nice focus ring, preferably a manual focus ring and not a focus by wire. And of course, all of my purchase decisions were based on filmmaking and not photography. Now, obviously, Canon's 50mm lens lineup are geared more toward photographers, so really you can't expect them to cater to filmmakers. But there were some specific reasons why I returned my 1.4 and kept my 1.8. First off was the price. The 1.8 hovers right around $120, $130 new, while the 50 1.4 goes for around $300 to $350 new. So the first question would be, is that $230 worth it? Could I spend that money in a different way that would make my videos better? Is that extra $230 worth it for that extra stop of light? I was kind of leaning toward not, because with that extra money, I could buy a cheap softbox kit, I could buy an LED, I could buy all these different light modifiers that would really help get my production quality higher, and maybe throw in like an online course on filmmaking as well. Now, it seems to me, at least now, that all those other things are so much more worth it than just a lens with a slightly better aperture. But did that really stop me? Not really. But what about you? Do you think dropping extra money on lights, accessories is worth it over buying something with a little bit of a larger aperture? Let me know in the comments. The focus ring, surprisingly, was another reason I stuck with the 50 1.8. I thought the 1.4's focus ring would be significantly better for filmmaking because it's not focused by wire. So when it was all said and done, I thought, oh, what the heck, I'm just gonna buy the 1.4, see how it goes. So I got it, and the focus ring was not smooth at all. I did do a little research just to see if I might have just gotten a lemon, but I was finding that a lot of people had similar issues with the focus ring being really sloppy. Now, along with the sloppy focus ring, it took around 3 full rotations to get my focus from the background to the foreground, even with things that weren't super far apart. Whereas the 1.8, even though it's focused by wire, would pull focus significantly faster. Now, the only caveat I would make at this point is if you're only making micro adjustments in your video, like if you're setting your focus, leaving it there, and you need to make tiny adjustments, the 1.4 would work very well for that. But in my case, it's gonna be a lot of run and gun work, so I needed a lens that was gonna pull focus faster for me. And that's why the 1.4 is catered more toward photographers. You can set your focus, make micro adjustments, and go from there. But the 1.8 is a clear winner, at least for me, for just run and gun focusing. But when it's all said and done, to make things even more anticlimactic, I may not even stick with the 50 1.8, and I may even go with a 50mm lens that is half the price of the 50 1.8. That would surprisingly work better for video, but that topic will be for another video. If this was helpful at all, again, let me know what you liked in the comments, and next week I'm going to be covering a full setup guide to my Cambate C cage, so stay tuned for that, and we'll see you all next week.